Hello, everybody. Tito Bort here with another episode of Tito Teaches Sales. Today, we're going to simply, but very importantly, look at how you do a pre-demo research. And there are big differences between inbound and outbound demos. But I thought I'd show you first how you do research on a inbound demo, as there's not as much data, perhaps on like communication or whatever. This is somebody who comes, does a demo request or a contact us form saying we're interested. So the first thing you're going to do is I'm going to give you actually an example of a company that came inbound to us not too long ago. Let me share my screen so you see what I'm doing here. I had Nelson Houng from Zinier come to us, and I think that is the right name of the company. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to search the person on LinkedIn. So I'm going to go for Nelson Houng, and there you go, lead marketing. Okay, interesting. So we're a sales development company. Our preferred people to talk to are usually C-level executives, of course, is the final decision maker, but sales or marketing are really good personas because we're building top of funnel. When I come here, I see his experience at places like Salesforce, product intern. This is 2012. So how old is this guy? Okay, graduated college 2007. So he's about 35. Worked at Salesforce. Looks like a good career there. Product and product marketing, has moved to marketing. Head of product marketing at Gladly. Now he's VP of marketing. Interesting background. So now I know a little bit about him. I want to go figure out a little bit more about the company. So I'm going to click on the company profile. 70 employees. Okay. So not tiny, not huge. Perhaps I'm going to learn a little bit more about the company through Crunchbase and just see what these guys are up to. They raised money, and I just saw in the preview $30 million raised. Okay. Very interesting. So they are a pretty big company. Actually, for 30 million, they still have a somewhat of a small team. And as I scroll down, I can see their last round was 22 million, led by Axel, good VC. And that was just like a couple of weeks ago, so not too long ago. Okay, so they're probably coming inbound because they're building a sales development team. The next thing I want to figure out is what do they sell actually? So let's go to their website and understand a little bit about their product. Take your field service operations to new heights. AI-driven automation. Okay, field service, automation and intelligence. See a dashboard, back office. Okay, helping telcos. Okay, so they sell telecommunication. We've done that a lot. We have very good experience selling to telcos. So something to talk about there with Nelson already. Service delivery. Okay. Okay, so telecom and energy makes sense. Product, mobile workflow, field force. Okay, we can dive a little bit deeper. I want to understand a little bit more about the product. Operational excellence. Okay, so making field ops, field service ops more efficient, smarter in the way they work. Great. Okay. I feel like I understand the company raised 30 million. They're probably closing big contracts with telecom. They want to grow. What I want to understand next is, do they have SDRs yet? I mean, for 70 people in the company, which some of them are advisors and whatever, so it might be like 60 or 50. But I still want to understand, what does their sales or business development org look like? So I will come here and just try sales. The reason I do that in keywords rather than title is because they might have like sales development or business development, something like that. So sales lead, director of customer engagement, VP of sales, and business development. So perhaps business development, it could be partnerships, or it could be stuff like that. The other interesting thing I'm noting is that they have some people based in Singapore here and India. Product marketing. Okay. Demand generation. I don't see a lot of sales. Asia sales manager. I don't see sales or business development people so far. Solution development. Nah, she says she's senior. Okay, so it seems like no SDRs from what I'm seeing. The other thing that's interesting to me is geography, because companies that do use us, if they have done a lot of outsourcing, they're very quick to make decisions. So I see people in India, US, Singapore, Mexico, even Chile. Okay, they're all over the place. Okay, cool. So I already know a lot of information. It took me literally like 5 minutes. I know their product. I know they help field service people be more effective and efficient. At least I have a high level overview that I can use. The next thing I know is that they've raised 30 million, out of which 22 million has been pretty recent. They have no SDRs. They're probably looking to grow that. Because they raised so much money, they're going to be hiring a lot. So I get their strategy. Now, let's go back a little bit to like, how am I going to use that information when we hop in a meeting? A lot of people are like not necessarily using the information correctly. And what I mean by that is I've seen two very different extremes. One is like people do their research, then come to the meeting, and they're like, hey, Nelson, how are you? Good. How are you? Good. They don't mention anything about their research. Like, great, man. How's your weekend? Good. Hey, so tell me more about Zinnier. Like, what do you guys do? And I'm like shocked by that. Like, you already know. And some people do it for the small talk and whatever, but that's not the best strategy. The other extreme is people who show up to the meeting and they're like, Nelson, nice to meet you. How are you? Good. How are you doing? Great. Hey, man, I've done a lot of research about your company. I know everything about you guys already. I know your product. I know you just raised 22 million. I know you don't have SDRs. I know you're located in 4 countries, and I know you're planning to grow. So, like, tell me more. Like, seems like I already know a ton, but like, what are you looking for in an SDR team? That's also a really bad approach, because some of the things we know, and some of them might be slight assumptions. Here's the best way to start the call. Person comes in and you say, hi, Nelson, nice to meet you. How are you? How's your weekend? Hey, man, thanks for giving us the opportunity to connect. This is great. Hey, I looked at your LinkedIn profile a little bit. I was trying to figure out more about you guys. I know you're San Francisco Bay Area, and you have a distributed team, but man, such a pleasure to meet you. I'm currently in Colombia, and I'm actually currently in Colombia. I'm traveling. He's like, yeah, man, so good, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, hey, congrats, by the way. I saw you guys have raised a big round. And, before this call, I wanted to do a little bit of research just to make sure that I come prepared. So there's a few things I already know about your company, but I by no means know everything. So maybe I can give you a quick background on the research I've done. And you can tell me too, like most people don't necessarily look a lot into us before they talk to us. So it's fine if you don't, but if you haven't, but I'll happy to give you background. Here's what I know about you guys. I saw you have employees actually all over the globe. I saw you raise some money. I assume like this now is you have an urgency to build pipeline and to really grow with the money you've been allocated. And I know you lead marketing. So tell me more about this. Like how has the marketing department been working? What are you guys looking for? Now I saw like a hyper-informed, prospect-centric, helpful guy. And I don't even talk about my product. I haven't even introduced anything about Alti Sales. They know who I am, hopefully. I mean, my signature when I'm emailing back and forth says CEO. So if I'm taking the meeting, they know I'm CEO. If it says account executive, they know you're an account executive. But it just shows a little bit of care. It is mandatory to do at least 5 minutes of pre-call research. Literally didn't take me long. And now I'm showing up to the call prepared. So remember that before an AE call, go look at their profile, look at their LinkedIn, money they raised, how long they've been around, what do they do. And then there's differences here and there depending on who you sell and what you sell. There might be things that might be important to you. What integrations do they have? What technology stack do they have? You can use Built With. You can use other technologies to figure that out. Monthly active users, traffic, CRM, whatever else. So do the research that will give you information that will be valuable to you, and always present it as, I've done some research, I don't know everything, but here's some of my assumptions, here's some of the things that I'm thinking about, and tell me more. I think with that, you're gonna start the call with the right foot, and you're going to be much more successful. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'll see you guys in the next episode.